It's on! Good morning.
Nope.
Good afternoon, everyone. Evening, some places. Welcome to another edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. My name is Doobie Mosley. I am the co-founder of Laughing Place, the co-host of this show. The man over there is Mike Celestino. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well and recovering from a fun week.
Mike Celestino is our lead Southern California theme park reporter, which means he's been extremely busy for the past week, and then just not decided, hey, let's do an event too. So it's been something. And then the man below me, the vice president of East Coast theme parks for Laughing Place. Yes, I said
Who's the president of the East Coast theme parks?
Oh, vice president's a term, just because. No wonder you had such trouble recognizing Bob Chapek's title. Is Jeremiah good? How you doing, Jeremiah?
Good, I think.
The fourth member of our team is Rebecca. She hopefully will be joining us later to discuss some of the week in Disney and other theme park news. That's where Rebecca is. So unfortunately, she has something come up, but we do really hope she's able to join us later on in this show. Nikki B has a request for you, Mike. So as pretty as those ears are.
Okay, well, you let me know when you don't need me for a minute, and I'll make that happen.
I don't know if that's ever going to be the case, but we'll figure out a way around it. Okay. All right. Okay. ONEdrous is that's pretty funny. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with something, a place we never start, which is Disneyland Paris, because we're about to be jealous. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen their?
I've only seen bits and pieces of it, and it's driving me crazy. The stuff for Avengers Campus opening was amazing. This blows it away.
So over at Disneyland Paris, they have launched a drone show, Avengers Power the Night. This is for the end of their 30th celebration. It's not just enough to have this incredible celebration. They have to have like a finale to it, a little more. And this show is a drone show.
That sounds to me like it wasn't ready for the beginning of the celebration.
Okay, Mike's a cynic.
Hey, we're getting merchandise for the finale of the 50th. Remember that.
So let's check out just some of this. It looks like it's about an 8-minute show. This video is from DLP Report on YouTube. Great website and YouTube for covering Disneyland Paris, and good friends of Jeremiah, who is pretty much a good friend of everyone. So I've got a couple of clips. Doctor Strange here. Earlier than I expected, but it's coming. It's coming. Man, I ruined this. Oh no, Captain America.
Oh yeah, this is amazing.
Look at that. Did you catch that? He throws his shield, and it appears. Right, and then we got Thor. These are drones again.
Yeah, I believe it's 300 drones.
Makes sense for the 30th celebration. All of them. It's amazing what drones can do.
Yeah,
and then the finale. It's not even a finale. It's more of a coda. The show is over. Not a goodbye. And they say the coolest part for last.
We are stronger together.
All right, Jeremiah. What do you think?
If I hadn't just gone on a cruise, I would be begging to go to Disneyland Paris at this second. That is like, again, when Avengers Campus opened and the small version of the drones that they used for that, it was outstanding. I hadn't actually seen all of that. I've just seen bits and pieces. You know, just think if DCA had kept Tower and then they closed Harbor Boulevard and they could fly drones over it. And
have you ever left Disneyland at Harbor Boulevard? They always have those guys who were throwing those whirly things up in the air and catching them.
That's where the drone show started. Yeah,
that's essentially a drone. If they can do that, they can do 300.
Yeah, just get enough of those guys together and synchronize them.
I love watching that guy when he throws it and flies out. Like it's going to start heading into the roadway, and everybody's like, and then it comes back.
So, wow, yeah, that's incredible. That's at Disneyland Paris. they're lucky. At least it's on YouTube and we can check it out. All right. Back to the North American theme park. So Jeremiah, Jeremiah. Sorry.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Cindy Williams passed away.
Okay. Don't we have a rule of no negative, really sad, serious breaking news in the middle of the show?
Sorry.
Okay. That is sad, though. She was my favorite of the two, Laverne and Shirley. So that is very sad. I remember her from her working Minnie days, too. And her happy days.
American Graffiti.
Yep. Yeah, she goes way back. Oh, thanks again, Jeremiah, for bringing that.
I know. Way up there with the drones, and then I get
whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Hello, the Equalizer has joined us. Da, 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 da. Okay, Jeremiah was at Magic Kingdom today. He was able to check out what's going on at Splash Mountain.
Nothing. It's pretty dry. There hasn't been a lot of work. You can kind of see in one of the photos the flume at the top. They've taken some of the supports out of it, but overall, it's just the walls are up. I did enjoy. I hope the next picture is the one I want it to be. Nope, the next one. So that is the sign for the salt company. Look at the lower. I believe it's the lower left. What it says.
It says Lewis, Louisiana.
Nope, then it's lower right.
Please keep dry. That's pretty funny.
Thank you.
And it is the Southern Dome Salt Company, which themes the Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Has it gotten to the point where you say, I'm going to check out Tiana's construction, or is it still, I'm going to see what's going on at Splash Mountain?
It's still Splash. I was thinking about that when I was leaving. I'm like, I'm going to have to start seeing Tiana's Bayou Adventure very soon.
I think once this sign is gone, you can switch it to start saying Tiana's. But for right now, I think it's safe to still say Splash. Mike, how's Splash construction going over in Southern California?
Still open here. We still have Brer Rabbit and his pals.
And over in Florida, the Laughing Place Kids area, Jeremiah?
Yeah, that was one of those ones where I just kind of walked past, went, wait, that sign was one of my favorites. Hopefully it's not already on eBay somewhere. But yeah, the Laughing Place is closed.
I think that would be great, like right back there for all my live streams. That would be pretty cool.
Actually, you can go on Etsy and find some of those signs.
No, I want the original. I'm not an Etsy guy. Wait, what am I wearing today? Yeah, I guess I am an Etsy guy.
But yeah, Splash or Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I'll start that now. The walls are up. Everything's dry. You can, like I said, you can kind of see in the flume there's work to remove some of the supports, because I'm guessing they're going to have to tear off the top of the flume to remove the construction part of the top before it becomes the salt dome.
Jeremiah, also construction boss. Nice to know. Hey, also at Magic Kingdom, did you make it over to Tron today? See what's going on over there?
No, I'm going to head over there after this. So we're going to do this really quick show. I did receive a message about the exciting announcement on the Disney Parks blog. It was after sundown, so I wasn't going to be there for 10 minutes and try to rush back. The canopy is officially lit. I forget what they're calling it. It has a specific name.
It is the canopy. The run canopy. Nope.
There's like, they call it something real.
The curved wave?
The upload conduit.
Gotcha.
It's been lit for off and on since, I want to say, Halloween even. But our good friend Stephen Miller, who's one of the biggest Tron nerds I know next to myself, had the chance to go and take these photos, and I talked to him, and he just said he was lost an hour in there taking these photos.
With the fireworks in the background. Way to go, Stephen. And they did a little tiki-taki too. We'll show that in a second when we get down to the bottom here. There we go.
This is amazing. This is when Team Orange is coming after Team Blue, and they've got to outrun them into the grid. Today, we're programming over 1,200 light fixtures to be in sync with the music, sound effects, and the light cycles themselves. Tonight, as we're out here putting the finishing touches on the attraction, the emotions are incredible. And getting to see the guests come through the queue line for the first time as they enter the grid is going to be awe-inspiring.
Queue line.
Exactly. That's the part that killed me also.
Is that redundant?
Yes.
So Tron Light Cycle / Run opens on April 4th to guests like you and me. Are cast members writing it already, Jeremiah?
No, the cast member previews, I believe, start this Friday. And that is the Magic Kingdom cast members have a special chance to enjoy it. And then it opens up, well, the cast member preview sign up started this morning. And then, as is the case most of the time when there's a sign up for something with Disney, the system went down. So, but yeah, all of next month is pretty much testing previews. So annual passes should be hearing something shortly, and we can all enjoy it. And then hopefully on April 4th, I don't have to wait in a long line like Mike did for.
Well, it's a virtual queue, Jeremiah.
So was Runaway Railway. Remember?
How did you end up waiting for that, Mike?
Well, I think it was like 25 minutes. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. So as we learned last week, Tron Light Cycle Run will open with a virtual queue and individual lightning lane, which seems to be the standard for major new attractions now. Runaway Railway at Disneyland just opened that way. The Runaway Railway was $20 on opening day, not even as expensive as Rise of Resistance. So it will be interesting to see what Tron is, see if it makes it up to Snow White's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train level. But and also this new sign, Gio says, being Disney World $30. This new sign was installed as well.
Yep, that is just past the greenery wall, so it is not something that we can get a good photo of, but hopefully as the walls start to move back, you'll be getting that.
So that is everything. That is your latest Tron information, brought to you by Enterprise, I believe, is the company that picks you up. Also new at Walt Disney World, Jeremiah, is
the Saturday morning Disney Springs Kids Club.
So when I first read this article that this was coming, my thought was a kids club, like sign up, a membership card. But this is a club like, right?
Seriously, like, I can't do that. I'm not a beatboxer like you, Dewey.
Well,
yeah, this one of the kind of Geo on the Disney Parks blog on the update. They said starts at 10:30, so I showed up about 10:20, and the DJ, who is DJ Katie Queen, who is an amazing DJ. She had the energy to keep this thing going the entire morning. She had already been playing her first set, and then the band from Disney's Animal Kingdom came out, played some Lion King music live, got the kids involved, had them playing instruments. It was just, I actually found myself really enjoying it, going, hey, I'd come out for a Saturday morning for this.
Really, Jeremiah? This is your thing?
The DJ and the music. I didn't need to learn how to do the electric slide or the cha-cha slide.
It looks like it had a pretty decent turnout, too.
It really did, especially for something that was announced maybe 3 days prior. And it runs from 10 until noonish morning. There's 2 DJ sets and 2 sets from the band from Animal Kingdom.
And this is on Saturdays. Do we know how long they're going to be doing these?
They have no end date. They said it is the inaugural date, so I'm guessing by the amount of managers I saw out there and the amount of people that were there, it will go for a while.
It's exciting. All right. Let's see. Kyle, I don't know what you're doing right now, but if you happen to be free, I would love for you to help us out with this All-American band, college band fiasco. But in the meantime, let us get to... So, Jeremiah, let me see if I can get you to say this. If you had friends who were coming into town and wanted an affordable but yummy buffet breakfast on Disney World property that's relatively easy to get into, no need for characters, and in a fun, different kind of location, where might you recommend they go?
Well, I would recommend them go to Trails End before COVID. It's family style now. But yes, Trails End is closing.
As soon as that's happened, I'm like, someone else is in charge. Trails End is closed. So tell people what Trails End is for the uninitiated.
Trails End. So the Fort Wilderness Campground, when it opened, pretty much had Trails End, which was their restaurant, and then the Hoop-de-Doo. And that was it. Now, a lot of people don't spend the time to do breakfast or the amazing dinner that they used to have, or they still have. It's until in mid-month. They haven't given us a closing date. But I used to go there for dinner quite often because they would do the Nilla wafer banana pudding for dessert.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that was something, that announcement came kind of out of nowhere. I mean, I know that it's been slower since the COVID days have reopened, but now they're going to open it as a new type of quick service is all we have for the future information for it.
Just died. I'm in trouble.
Your mouse died?
Mouse died. That just means I need to plug it into a power source. Okay. I'm good.
But yeah, that was definitely one of the best places to go for breakfast and dinner.
Yeah, I love the breakfast pizza there. That was my favorite thing there. And I just love the adventure of saying, you know what, let's do Trails End for late breakfast today. So you're going to drive out to Fort Wilderness, take the bus, which, it's just a fun thing for whatever reason to take the bus, which takes you all around Fort Wilderness. And then you got to walk over to it because you got to walk past the horses and walk past the Hoop-de-Doo. If you end up with a wait, Gideon would go play over at the playground. You can always go walk over by the water. It's such a fun experience.
It was a neat place for like widely generational, experience. Because like for my family, you'd have, kind of grandma and grandpa, and then us, and then the toddlers. And so the way the dynamics were, it was set up in such a way that, you could get grandma and grandpa on a bus and take them out there. And it wasn't much of a walk to the actual restaurant, but yet it felt like a bit of an adventure with the grandkids, and you had the playground right there. So it was a nice, like I say, a really nice dynamic to experience.
And it's not leading. Let's be clear. This is
no. But I just mean, but
I want to reiterate.
It's
going to be a quick service place, which, in all honesty, is needed because table service is not what's needed, what people wanted all the time.
Yeah, the quick service next to it has been always very popular.
Correct.
So it's whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Nikki B, this is for you. Okay, for our next, so bye Trails End soon. I truly am going to miss it. That one hit me hard. We see news pass by constantly. That one hit me hard. Trails End.
I also have a friend who works there for dinner, and he didn't know until the announcement went out.
Ouch.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Can I ask, maybe this is a stupid question because I'm not thinking it through, but one of the things that was nice about it was that you'd go there and you'd have your meal and stuff, but the only way to get to Fort Wilderness through the main entrance area was if you had a reservation. Quick service, that's not the type of location where I'm going to be making a reservation out at Trails anymore, right?
Yeah, but that was the thing. Nobody was going out there for the breakfast or dinner. I heard that there have been very low numbers over the past 2 years. So the quick service has always been more popular since the reopening, where people could just run in and grab it.
So fair enough. And obviously you have to cater to the people actually staying at your place, the Fort Wilderness and campground. So.
Can I share a little bit kind of behind the scenes laughing place?
Absolutely.
Whenever Mike Celestino is on the job, really late into his shift, at some point within the park, he sends me a tweet or an image or a message or something that's just is like on that edge, what we used to call Shamu hour, when it starts to get to the point where the word Shamu just starts to make you giggle. And for me, it was when I got the image of him on the Rivers of America in a pirate hat. I think you said that to me like 10 o'clock at Saturday. Was it Saturday? No, Saturday night? No.
It was Friday night.
Friday night.
I was waiting for Wondrous Journeys to begin on the Rivers of America there.
After so however many straight hours of Disneyland park coverage.
But it's a good looking hat. I mean,
It is. It's a good look. I like
So
it.
they'd had this hat last summer, and I almost bought it, and then it just disappeared. They only had after that. They only had the one with like the dreadlocks, like Jack Sparrow, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear that. But then this,
Oh,
I
no.
saw this on Friday. They had just two of these on the shelf, and I was like, oh, either they found some more in the back, or they got them back in stock. So I bought it. Couldn't help myself. This one actually fits my head, unlike the ears, which like sit on top of my head.
Those are pretty.
So since we're talking to Mike, this story was supposed to come later, but we're focusing on Mike right now. So why don't we share Mike's proudest moment since joining Laughing Place at Knott's Berry Farm?
Do you have a favorite attraction at Knott's?
What's that?
I'm a huge
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks very much. Do you want to wave and see yourself later on Laughing Place? Hi.
Hi.
Sure.
You can't hear me, but hi.
Oh my god, thanks. This is very exciting. Okay, hold on, sorry.
Oh boy, somebody wants a picture.
All right, here we go.
Hi.
Nice. Huge.
Thank you.
This is
problem.
not me
Thanks
waving
for
at my
watching.
laptop like I can be seen in the picture.
Wow, that was recorded on the live stream. Look how confused Benji is as to what just happened there.
We need to screen cap the
Almost the best
the
part.
puzzled look on Benji's face as that was happening.
This is the best part.
Benji was more confused than I was.
We should have asked. What are they? Who's the Bosk fans or what?
Maybe they thought I was Peter Soretta.
Very good, Mike. Very good.
Oh, so good.
Very smart of you to hire someone to recognize you in the park when you're doing it with your boss. That's thinking.
Only cost me $30.
That's thinking. He really did know it was Mike because he actually went and commented on that video later. So Mike has fans.
Yep. Very cool.
All right, let's bring on our managing editor to help us out with this very confusing story. We thought it was a very straightforward story that the All-American College Band was going on hiatus, and now it's not so straightforward. Hello, Kyle Burbank. How you doing?
Hello, I'm well.
All right, so take us through this.
So on Friday, the Disneyland All-American College Band Facebook and Instagram posted a statement that said that the program was going to be going on hiatus. And obviously, a lot of people had reactions to that. But then on Sunday, the OC Register updates their story on this with a statement from Disney and says that actually they're restarting the program and they've established a project team to help with the relaunch, but they don't have a date for it. So I'll just go ahead and read that statement. Innovation and change are part of the fabric of the Disneyland Resort. With the relaunch of the All-American College Band program, we remain committed to offering educational experiences that embrace the ever-evolving educational landscape of colleges and universities across the country while continuing to reflect the magical and memorable experiences that are uniquely Disney. So I don't know what to think of this. It makes it sound like restart as if they're going to reverse course and it's coming back this summer. I don't think that that's the case. They haven't updated the Facebook or the Instagram. They haven't pulled the old post or put up a new one to say that that's the case. It basically sounds like this is just reassuring that it's a hiatus. It's a hiatus. People kind of assume when you hear the word hiatus from Disney, it means it's gone. So that's what it seems like. But I wonder, I think what's interesting is the ever-evolving educational landscape of colleges and universities. It sounds like that's what the hang-up was. I think people assumed it was something to do with budget cuts or something else, but it sounds like, I don't know, something else is at play here. I don't know what it is, but it's very confusing and weird.
That's interesting. I have speculation, but I'll keep it to myself. All right, Kyle, thank you so much for helping us out.
Yeah.
You can
I'll
go back to your
watching.
normal duties. Yes.
Duty. Yeah.
All right, let's get to some Disneyland stuff now. Some happier Disneyland stuff.
Can I request if we're going to show any of the videos of anything that I disappear for a little bit?
We will not be showing any complete videos. We will be showing some clips. If you wish to close your eyes during those points, Jeremiah, we accept that.
Oh, you're avoiding spoilers. I see.
Well,
You know,
as much as I can, I'm just trying not to see the entire show.
when your job is to cover theme parks, it is really important to avoid
Yeah.
spoilers.
I've done it, so I don't blame you.
I haven't, so I do. All right, Mike. You were our main man, the head honcho, the big cheese, the dude with the attitude at Disney100. Let us know from the ground, what was it like?
Well, do you want to talk about the media event, or should we just start at
No.
Friday when the thing actually started?
Let's talk about, well, if you saw the shows during the media event, that's fine. But
Yes.
not the event, not the party stuff, but the
Okay.
stuff that the guests get to see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I did get to see the two shows early with cast members. They did like a cast member preview of both the new Nighttime Spectaculars, but the media was there as well. So we got an early look before they both opened on Friday night. The first was World of Color 1 on Wednesday, and then Wondrous Journeys, the fireworks show, on Thursday.
So there were three major things that you got to experience that opened. World of Color 1, which you're seeing some video of here. Wondrous Journeys, which is the projection fireworks show. And then, of course, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Which of the three do you think is going to have the biggest impact on guests?
That's a great question. I would say probably Runaway Railway because it's, permanent. The shows are really good. I have no problem with them. It's just they're season, not seasonal, but for the 100th celebration, they'll probably be here for a year or so, and then we'll get something new. I do think they're really nice, and people seem to be reacting really positively to them already. And they certainly had some moments that really jumped out at me and sent chills down my spine too. So I recommend both, or all three of those things.
Did you have a preference between Wondrous Journeys and World of Color?
That's another great question. Boy, well, World of Color 1 does have a Star Wars bit that I thought was awesome, but as a whole, as like a cohesive, complete show, I think Wondrous Journeys is better.
That's interesting. I've not seen either one in person, but I do agree with you. Runaway Railway, what do you want to say about that? What are the highlights of that experience?
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah.
You got it.
The big change that everybody knows about, the big difference between Walt Disney World's version and the version we have here.
The spinning thing, yeah, Gideon.
is the queue. It's an all new queue that's designed to look like the interior lobby of the El Capitan Theater. And it starts with just movie posters, which when I first saw that, I was like, oh, this isn't that great. There's just like parody movie posters, which you've seen before. But as you go further and further into the queue, it gets more and more elaborate. There's a whole exhibit called, is it Mickey Through the Ears, I think?
Yeah.
And it's all devoted to Mickey Mouse's history from the 1920s up until now. And they have a whole bunch of different like props from the movie, the animated shorts that Mickey starred in. So the concept is kind of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that the cartoon shorts were actually filmed on a sound stage using real physical props. And now they have those props and costumes like you see Sorcerer and Mickey there from Fantasia. They have those in a display as though they were real props used in the filming of those movies. And it's very clever. There's a whole lot to it. Like, you'll never be bored in this part of the queue. You'll have so much to look at and take in. In fact, when I actually went through the queue as a guest on Friday, it went too fast. It went too fast through the queue for me to really get, because I spent so much time shooting video and photos of it during the media event that I hadn't really had a time to appreciate it for myself. So by the time I got through it without having to use my camera, I just didn't have enough time to take it all in. So it's going to take multiple visits to really appreciate all of this.
And to that point, like the Lonesome Ghost we just saw, there's not just a singular Lonesome Ghost element. So you may see a different interaction with the Lonesome Ghost a different time through the queue, because there's a variety of moments with that particular character there in the queue. So it's pretty cool.
Sorry, I saw that lady doing this. What's the BGM like in there? Probably can hear it if I unmute this.
Yeah, I think it's a variety of tracks from the shorts.
Is that Neil Patrick Harris over there?
Oh, but that's Benji.
So, Rebecca, I know, aside from people who were actually at the park, perhaps no one experienced it more than you, the kickoff of Disney100. Can I get your thoughts?
Well, you haven't talked about my favorite part of the event yet. Are you
The
ready?
Platinum Mickey at Town Square?
No. Here
The
we go.
misspelling of things.
Ooh, it's so shiny. Man, our
so
video
awesome.
of this that I think it was Tony shot over the sub lagoon where the rainbow is just cast on the waters. Oh, that was amazing. But I'm in love with this thing. Like I say, the first time we shared some images of it, my checklist of all the different places I want to make sure I get some footage of the shiny monorail is in my head. The attraction itself, it was really great to see Toontown looking refreshed. I was super excited to ask when I asked Mike to go pull on the mailbox, and it still had the voices, and a lot of those elements are still there. Like the mailbox is no longer kind of on the side where the city hall is. It's been moved over to the Roger Rabbit exit queue area, and like the fire engine is facing the other way. But the dog is still up in the window, so I'm like I say, loving the brightness of the facades, with this opening of the attraction. I'm really curious to see how this area where Roger Rabbit Fountain will be once the land is in full use. So I'm interested because you can, for me, this is probably like stroller parking. And then you've got this nice green area, but yet it feels very bare. And there's part of me that wonders, is this just how it will totally be? I mean, I could see it staying that way because of the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. We've seen how they have the large green areas there and how they're utilized. And then, like I say, and it's hard to kind of, I don't know, make a true judgment in comparison, because the fountain had a kinetic energy to it that flat green patch doesn't, but it doesn't have people in it, and that's not how it's going to be. So I'm kind of waiting to see.
Just going to say, just to iterate how important a difference people makes, just look at Super Nintendo World over this past weekend. Go ahead, Jeremiah, sorry.
Okay, no, I was about to ask, did they fix the window with the weights thrown through it? And I see that they didn't.
No, they didn't. They did remove the counter on the Gag Factory, that facade portion. Now it just says Gag Factory. There's not a thing there. But Mike said eventually he noticed the fun little hidden Easter egg in the marquee right there, where the red letters on the side of the marquee spell out a cute little phrase that people can discover when they go. But I think like Mike says, that's one of the fun things about the whole experience was, as somebody who was trying to help my team on the other side, I would zoom in on stuff and then it would get too pixelated. And so I'd be like, Mike, I need a closer image of this candy bar. So when I zoom in to the fine print, I can still read it, because there's just so many little details and little nods and little nuggets of information.
It looks like Clarabelle's is gone forever.
Well, there's no signage, so I'm curious.
No, I mean,
like,
because it's just a door now. It's not the counter. Did they put back Walt's window?
Sure. I think it is important to state, though, that Runaway Railway has reopened. Toontown has not, to the point where you cannot even get to Toontown right now unless you have your virtual queue has been called or your individual lightning link has been called. The shop, Engineer Souvenirs, that is the shop you exit through, is not open. There's just red carpet or red velvet, I'm not sure, maybe red cellophane on the sides, and you just walk through there. So the land is in no way open, which to me means I can't assume it's complete. There's nothing I see here outside of this attraction that I would assume is complete. It remains to be seen. Not only because they haven't opened it, but also if it is, why not open it and bring Roger Rabbit back and get some more capacity in the park? So my personal speculation is this land is not necessarily done, and we'll see in March what actually comes.
Roger
it
Rabbit
couldn't
has to
handle
open a
that
year
capacity.
later.
And then Roger Rabbit a year later, yes.
But in fairness, it couldn't handle that capacity. If you had it where just anybody could venture back there right now, the demand for that small little postage stamp of a location is too great until you have kind of that whole land open. So you really kind of have to go one or nothing. I mean,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Really? Okay.
They could pop up virtual queue on Roger Rabbit too, and so
But-
just
okay,
leave the land
okay,
to
if you
people
wanted-
who.
Yeah, okay, if you wanted to have an unusually high number of virtual queue, okay. But
Yeah, just
as far as,
to
like,
use that to
open-
access the land, to gate the land. Yeah.
No,
I'm
that's
not saying-
okay. Okay. So it makes you question if there's more going on behind the doors of Roger than we realize.
Not necessarily behind the doors of Roger. I would not be shocked. Pure
Okay.
speculation. I would not
I
be
know.
shocked if tomorrow you go into Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Roger Rabbit is behind a wall because they're doing work in that
Gotcha.
area. Not just Roger Rabbit, but that whole area. So that's all I'm saying. They're leaving their options open.
I also think that the green area, because they lost, yes, the queue inside is massive, but the attendance and the people that are going to be drawn into that area, that entire, I know when I talked to one of the Imagineers, that land was being redesigned pretty much as a queue for one Runaway Railway. So that green area will probably make a good overflow for Roger Rabbit if needed.
That'll be interesting. Some of my favorite Easter eggs. I really love that they've added Walt's Carolwood Barn to the Toontown Hills. That one is a favorite. I don't really think of the fact that the Mickey Mouse Disco is on display as an Easter egg per se. So I'm not going with going with things that maybe are just a bit more subtle, and that's one of them. The popcorn shaped like the dimensional head of Mickey was cute and clever.
Did you get a picture of the Minnie one that's in there too, Mike?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really hard. I'll be honest, it's really hard to make out the characters, but Mike got some great shots that we were able to kind of crop and zoom and try and find characters within it.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of the queue is the movie theater part, where you're the concession stand and all the little details in that concession stand, like the names of look at me, like the fact that the cash register is 11/18, Mickey's birthday, and some of the names, Power Limes and Witch Hazelnut Candy, Golly Pops. This whole every single thing here is an Easter egg, and this cracks me up. This is my favorite part.
So something I haven't thought about until just now. Mickey's movie barn is kind of pointless, so I wonder what the retheming for that's going to be.
Yeah, I did think about that. That's this essentially what the queue for Mickey Mickey
gotcha.
is.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that is a good question.
Mike, was there something that jumped out? Because you were the one having to take all the footage and everything. Was there something where you jumped out? You're like, oh man, I'm glad I'm seeing that in person. I mean, I know it kind of all runs together at some point.
Well, I really liked I remember this is going to be a long-winded story. I apologize. I bought this pin at Disneyland probably 10, 15 years ago before I knew what it was even from, because I was like, they're selling like a zombie Mickey pin. And then I found out about the Runaway Brain, the animated short that had somehow what did that play with originally? What did that open
Roger
with?
Rabbit was
That's
no,
what I
it wasn't
thought.
Roger Rabbit.
It wasn't Roger Rabbit?
It couldn't have been, because I would have seen it.
Oh no, it may have
maybe
been the original Roger Rabbit. Or Dick Tracy. No, Dick Tracy had the first Roger Rabbit shorts.
Anyway, our friend Drew Taylor on Twitter said there's no way there's going to be a reference to the Runaway Brain anywhere in the queue or in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And somebody found one, and I was really excited that there's this coupon in the ticket booth. I don't know if you have a photo of that anywhere.
Oh, a kid in
Yeah.
King Arthur's court.
Exactly. This is why I never saw that short. But yeah, there's the newspaper cutout from
Yeah.
Runaway Brain on it's like under other papers in the ticket booth of the El Capitan Theater. So
It's
yes, there
the
is.
ad. Yeah, it's the ad that says you get $999 if you come in for this brain test or something. And yeah,
it's a coupon from the short itself
yep.
that Mickey picked up to try to take Minnie on vacation.
Right, and that's another. Just we were actually on a live stream. I think the first time Mike went and looked in the ticket booth outside the theater and just saw all the little details in there. It's endless. I am so looking forward to going there with my little baby boy and his attention to detail and seeing all of those things.
There you go.
And it's right there among the papers in the ticket booth.
Tony Betty said 101 Dalmatians live action. JJ said George of the Jungle. But I'm going with Wikipedia, which you said it was very first attached in the U.S. to A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Well, while you were over in Toontown, were you able to spot the Go Coaster while you were Gadget Go Coaster while you were there? You couldn't spot it?
I could. The only thing you can really see over the construction walls right now are Goofy's house, which still has scaffolding on it, and the hills behind Mickey's house. So you can see the Toontown sign. That was pretty much all I could make out over the construction walls.
Now, as somebody who just recently had visited Nintendo, and now you're in this kind of immersive land, you know, how are you feeling about immersive lands within the theme park landscape? I mean, not totally comparatively, because one's obviously been there for a long time, and the other one, you know, just arrived. But just kind of curious, what's your feel about them?
I mean, if you're talking about like comparing them based on people's complaints about the sight lines and stuff, like I think Disney does a much better job of covering that kind of thing up. Like you really can't see out. You can't see out of Toontown when you're in Toontown.
Gotcha.
As far as I can tell, we don't know yet if they're gonna have that connection point between Toontown and Galaxy's Edge, right? Like, or is that off the table, or is that just a rumor?
Yeah, they would have had to remove some other stuff if they were going to do that connection.
Gideon says it's on the model shown at D23, though. Is
the coaster?
Oh, the coaster. Oh, yeah. No, we know that's coming back.
Chippendale's Gadget coaster.
Some very passionate fans are a little nervous because it's currently like not on the map that's on the Disneyland app. But I think that right now that app is really only showing that small portion right by Runaway Railway that is kind of open and accessible to the public. It's not showing the other side of Toontown. It's as if it's been engulfed by the great green trees of Anaheim.
So, Mike, that's the big three of Disney 100, but there are actually so many other little details. I know you got to check out the Wonder Years of Wonder.
Yeah, so this is a new exhibit in the Disney Gallery, which is in the Opera House in Town Square at Disneyland. And, you know, the previous exhibit was the 50th anniversary Haunted Mansion exhibit, which was there for quite a while. And this one is obviously celebrating the 100th. It's got a lot of different artwork from different animated features and maquettes from movies and attractions. The theme of this exhibit is attraction or film to attraction and attraction to film. So it's about movies that were inspired by attractions and attractions that were inspired by movies in the parks, if that makes sense. And it's pretty good. It's a lot of art that I've seen before, but the maquettes are nice to see in person. They have the Evil Queen. No, is it the Evil Queen? Yes.
Yeah. The old hag.
The old hag version of the Evil Queen. From which shop was that in originally?
Villain Shop.
Yeah, so Magic Shop, Villain Shop.
So some cool stuff in there.
Work.
Right. A lot of cool stuff on display.
Gideon's asking a question. Do you know if the music is different in Toontown?
I don't feel well versed enough in Toontown history to know if the background music was different. I apologize for that.
That's okay, Mike. We'd rather you say I don't know than make something else like other people in our team. I'm looking at you, Jeremiah. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hang on, let me go watch his video now and see if I can hear his music.
I thought that there was some talk that the music was a bit different. So that's my recollection from the live stream, but I can't. I'm not going to 100% go with that. But yeah, okay. Say JJ's confirming what I thought too. Is it's not that classic shorts music. It's a more modern. More of the modern music from the new shorts. But what were you going to show us next, Mr. Doobie?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of classic shorts,
the old buttons on the back.
Buttons on the back.
Like,
So
you have a thing with the backside of statues, I've realized.
I always, because I used to work at Rockefeller Center in New York, and I love, one of my favorite views of any statue in the world is if you go to the back behind Atlas, that big statue of Atlas at Rockefeller Center, he lines up exactly like they designed it to line up exactly with St. Patrick's Cathedral across the street. And it's one of the coolest views in New York. And I always recommended, people only ever go and look at that from the front. So I'm always like, I think it's just ingrained in my brain now. Like anytime there's a new statue, I always want to see what it looks like from the back and how it compares to like what's going on in the background there.
And Gio points out that Mickey has buttons on the back on the storyteller statue too. So this isn't the first time, Doobie, that we've seen Mickey's backside buttons.
Doobie pulled it up. Nice.
That is nice.
No, the buttons hold it up. Oh.
All right, back to, so the reason I showed this in the first place was one of the first things you'll see for 100 Years of Wonder as you enter the park is platinum Mickey statue at Christmas Tree Point. I think they now also call it Jack-o'-lantern Point. We are not even going to get in to the front of this statue. We are leaving that debate for another time, another place. But let's leave it there. He does look really cool. I like this a lot. I don't love all the way the platinum photographs in all cases, but this one I like a lot. And then up near, and you notice this is pie-eyed Mickey, the classic, the way back classic Mickey. And then as you get to the more modern era, if you go down Main Street and time progresses, you get to a more modern version of Minnie Mouse. I came up with that theory as to why they did the two different. My wife came up with that theory as to why.
It wasn't a theory. It was just, I wonder if that's why, since we have two different characters styles for Mickey and Minnie.
And notice, by the way, her saying "As a dream is a wish your heart makes," and she's in a floral heart. I noticed that too, after my wife told me. So, meanwhile, Jeremiah's got important work to do listening to his phone. And then so many other little details, the medallions all over the place, which, how do those look in person, Mike? Those giant gray medallions.
Oh, those medallions.
Yeah, they're nice. I know Rebecca had observed that somebody, I don't know, shared somewhere that at dusk there's some kind of special lighting effect, right? I haven't seen one of them I haven't been there at the exact right time to catch that, but I have to make a point of it next time I'm around.
Hold up. Did you see them in the evening? Do they sparkle? When you see them at night, do they have lighting? Do they have like lighting effects on them around the edges? Because the one that I saw was on the castle, and you did capture like that the shield on the castle.
Yeah,
you did capture that one.
I got that. Yeah, I haven't seen it on the big medallions though.
I wonder if they do.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll have to have Mike go find that out to us.
I will be there tomorrow evening for Sweethearts Night, so I'll try to get that.
And here is that castle, and this castle is stunning. This is second to the monorail for me, and how stunning this looks.
The wishing star, so
right.
pretty with the fountains,
which are colorful. I thought they didn't change color. They didn't have various colors, but apparently they are a little bit colorful. And yeah, I think they've done a great job with this castle and the shimmering and the three fairies there. This to me is quite beautiful. Downtown Disney has medallions throughout. Mike discovered something really cool at the Disneyland Hotel, which I think came as a surprise to all of us. We'll show that here. Mike, what was this?
Oh, just as you enter Disneyland Hotel through the front entrance, there's a big diorama, historical diorama about the history of Walt's the original Walt Disney Brothers animation studio and their Alice shorts.
And right inside the lobby, and in black and white. I love that they did it in black and white. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this got a big response on Twitter. Like, people are really into. I'm always surprised when we post something that's not really relevant to like modern Disney, and people go crazy for it. Like, this got a lot of people excited to visit the resort. That made me really happy that it people are into the historical side of Disney as much as they are.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
for sure.
Let's go ahead, Rebecca, please.
If you're in love with those medallions that are all over, they now have like a collectible medallion set that are really stunning. They have 11 machines with 4 medallions each. So you're looking at 44 so far. There's rumors that more are coming. They have some that are from the world of Star Wars. They have some that are from Avengers. They have classic Disney. They have Pixar. So it's very much across the spectrum during the Disney100. And the flip side of the medallion features that Disneyland logo. So it's pretty. And we've seen books featuring Walt Disney World. So we know that they are also coming to Walt Disney World. My suspicion is you won't be seeing those until the 50th is fading, but I don't know that. We don't have any knowledge on that. So there you go. I think Mike picked up some.
I actually did some looking around for those over the past few days, and none of the machines, they're all still the 50th.
And yes, just so you know, there's 8 machines in the parks and 1 machine in each of the hotels. So that's how you come up with, and not 8 machines in the parks, because you've got 8 machines between the parks and 2 in WAD, and then you've got 1 in each of the hotels.
One of the surprises that people discovered on Friday morning was the Esplanade music has changed to Rebecca. You're the music lady.
It's a wide variety, not just like classic Disneyland, but also we had songs from Happily Ever After from Walt Disney World. We had obviously Main Street Electrical Parade, so popular. We had Magic Happens, the Space Mountain score that was done by Dick Dale. Pretty much, okay, so this is like my turn your day around playlist. Like if you were to look on my phone and define kind of what's the Disney loop that Rebecca puts on when she's trying to reset her day, it's like so many of these songs, because they're the kinds of songs that just put you in that Disney, like, let's dream it, do it mentality. And I was super pumped when this started to arrive on Twitter.
It's a great collection. Interesting to me that it's only North America, as far as I can tell. There's so many great international songs.
Yeah.
Some
people did point that out, that we don't have anything from the other continent specifically yet.
It is purely the copyrights. That's why, they can't have some of our stuff. We can't have some of their stuff. That's something that when they used to put out the CDs, I talked to people in the music licensing. They're like, we can't do any of this stuff from Tokyo or even Paris in some cases.
It sounds more like copy wrong to me. Is there any other Disney100 stuff? We have a little bit more Disney World stuff to get to, but I wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything that one of you guys wanted to talk about. There's new ticket media. There's new PhotoPass overlays. I mean, Disney100 is just, but anything specifically anybody here wanted to mention? Go for it.
Not that I can think of. I think we covered most of it.
You, Rebecca?
Yep. So every once in a while we talk about the Disney business side of things. And I know that the high-ranking Disney execs, man, those are some grueling jobs, and I get it. But there is nothing that makes my Disney fan heart happier than when the executive takes a moment and makes you realize that they also get that they got a pretty cool job. And Disneyland Resort Ken Potrock did that when they had the film cutting ceremony. It was a ribbon cutting, but it was a strip of film for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. At the end of it, after he cuts it, the music's playing, and just check it out. Check out Mr. Potrock over here. taken the opportunity. I mean, come on, you're standing alongside Mickey and Minnie. You got to cut a rug.
I mean,
Like
Pot Rock is cool. I like Pot Rock, but the fact is, this does not apply to Pot Rock, but a CEO could lay off half his staff at Christmas time with no severance, and then come out on stage and do a little jig like that, and everyone would love him. It's so humanizing to just cut loose like that.
But like I say, I love it when you feel like they get that you think they have the coolest job. And that was one of those moments. And then the other aspect, because this for me was the first time that I've really kind of had a lot of like what I will call like kind of on stage spokesman type interaction with the president of the Disneyland Resort. And because I'm kind of getting back into the news side of Laughing Place. And when he was doing the introductions for World of Color and when he did the introduction for Wondrous Journeys, that's the whole fact that this recent event that Mike was at was much more of a cast member screening that the media were then given access to so we could get early coverage. I thought was a really great way to celebrate your cast, give them that special moment, but then like I say, also let the media get some of the footage that we need to be educating people before the opening. And it was really great. It was just a wonderful opportunity, and I'm incredibly appreciative. And yeah, just wanted to be sure to put that out there because I thought it puts a different kind of frame on it, and it put Mike shoulder to shoulder with cast enjoying the new stuff in front of him. And there's just a different energy and vibe than when you're kind of just totally surrounded and just totally immersed with a bunch of invited media types. Right. There's a different energy when you can totally have a much broader spectrum of guests inside, and to have the cast was really cool.
And Mike, that started with the Electric Parade, right? Wasn't that the first time they did that, the mix-in?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I can remember it was something. I think it was where it was the media night, because I remember my friends like, "Hey, we're having a media preview," and then I hear, "Oh yeah, Mike's going to it," or "We're having a cast member preview."
That sounds right. Yeah.
But it is a great opportunity because the cast are always the loudest cheers, so nothing better than having the cast there for everybody.
That is very smart.
No, I was it has to be really nice to show it to your colleagues too, right? Because it's cast members created and then presenting it to the cast members before they present it to the guests. That has to be particularly special too, because it's not like you're able to do that often. Have kind of cast member night for it's for fireworks. It's super cool. That's
as long as it's not an annual pass preview night, and then he comes out and goes, "Oh, it's just a technical rehearsal."
Yeah.
One of the more surreal things, because it's cool, because we were there, invited media at this essentially cast event, we got to hear the speech he gave to the cast, and one of the more, and the ambassadors before him, surreal things, as someone who grew up with cast members almost being like this kind of secret society, is and don't forget, share your experiences on social media and tag it with Disney Cast Life, which is genius because it markets the park to the world. It markets being a cast member to other potential cast members, but it's just so weird. So, and that's different than how I grew up, but it's a needed change, I think, and a wonderful change because these people are great ambassadors for the parks. All right, let's move back to Disney World a little bit. We're almost done here, but a couple of things we wanted to mention. New sign over at Epcot, Jeremiah.
Yep. They had removed the banner behind the old Epcot sign, which was essentially what we'd had since 1994 with the capital E, lowercase Peacock. And then they added in the welcome to that. I was actually heading out to Kennedy Space Center, and as I was driving, I was like, wait, that's new. Pulled over, got this picture.
Said sorry to all the people behind him.
It was too early.
Over at Hollywood Studios, Jeremiah?
Yes, the Roundup Barbecue. I keep wanting to say backyard barbecue. That was at Disney's Fort Wilderness. Is moving along quite a bit. They've removed some of the scrim from the buildings. You can see Andy has drawn the facade with some of the characters, so that we don't have an opening date officially for it yet. I believe March-ish is when they said, No, they do have an opening date. I'm sorry. That's March 24th, I believe, is the
Oh,
official opening date for that.
So
So
really close.
yes,
Coming soon.
and that also has been one of those ones that has been under construction for quite a while.
And staying at Hollywood Studios?
Yes, some amazing props from one great Disney Plus show and one very poor Disney Plus show.
You decide which is which.
Yes. And this, I just happened to be walking in one night, and I don't even think it's been announced on the Parks blog that they have these. And they've always done some great updates in here, but having National Treasure, Edge of History props, including the spectacles that they find in the first film, and then you have some Willow costumes and props. That was quite exciting. I walked in there and I was telling the people, I'll be out in a second, and then I was out a half hour later.
All right. Anything else anyone wanted to mention before I close this out with a special treat? Name that.
Peanut Celebration, Knott's Berry Farm.
Gee, sorry, Mike. Go for it.
It's okay. It's happening right now. We got videos and pics on laughingplace.com, including the full new show, Snoopy's Legendary Rooftop Concert.
Did you enjoy that? It looked weird.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm sad that I'm going to miss that. I will be there. They did announce also that the Boysenberry Festival is coming March 16th. So I'll be lucky enough to visit during then.
What does this show take you through? Like a variety of, it looked like it took you through like I haven't been able to watch the full, but like a variety of music styles.
Yeah, Tori and I were talking afterwards about how it would be like a kid's introduction to the history of rock and roll, basically, like, because they do cover the Beatles and Elton John and Queen, and it's a lot of fun, and the Peanuts characters dress up in all the different costumes, and this band is called Jolly of the Month Club. They're like a family-friendly indie rock band.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh, the best part, if you look in the back, in the bird bath back there, there's a Woodstock puppet that is jamming out through the whole show. It plays a variety of different instruments. It plays the, I think it plays a trumpet. It plays a harmonica. It plays guitars, I think, at one point, and it becomes Kurt Cobain at one point. It's just fun.
Not
it looks like
so good.
Fun show. It really does.
It's very unexpected.
Well, I believe this right now is the anniversary of when the Beatles did the concert on the roof.
Oh, okay,
so
that makes sense.
It worked out well.
Yeah,
you too did that.
No, I didn't.
Rebecca,
I can't play an instrument at all.
You were showing us, Rebecca.
No, I just showing off that the 100 name badges have been, they're out and about now. So a nice little conversation starter with cast members. You can find out who they opted for with their their favorite character name choice instead of the city that they reside or are from. So pretty fun. It was. I had a good time listening to Tony and Mike C strike up various conversations regarding the name badges. I also just envisioned how awkward it had to have been for all these cast members to have all these people walking up to them asking to take these pictures. So,
so my friend who's a cast member, she showed hers. I think she might win. Salacious B. Crumb is her favorite.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Mike to look for the most obscure he could find, but that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I know some obscure Star Wars characters made the list that are available to cast members. So.
Yeah, I saw Kirstanton.
Cool. Yeah,
but it's not his proper name. So.
Wait. Oh, we're in the wrong brand for that.
Sorry, we're in the wrong brand for that.
That's okay. I'm going to switch brands.
Okay, switch brands. Here it comes. Get ready, dear mom.
All right. Anything else before I close it out with my special treat for all of you?
We get a treat?
You guys get a treat today.
Is it Burger King or McDonald's?
The Disney Vacation Club. Who knew the Disney Vacation Club has an official song?
This is not a treat. This is so not a treat.
It's a treat.
I love this song. We are going to listen to it together, and then I want to hear if you guys love it just as much as I do. Where we belong.
When you see a shooting star, the adventure inside your heart. He's pulling you close to where the future starts. The magic that's in your eyes, traditions we build for life. Year after year, the memories fill the sky. Everybody, welcome home to your home away from home, where magic never ends, with family and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in somewhere new, a place where all your dreams come true. Together we can grow, let the whole world know where we are is right, right where we belong. Unforgettable days and nights, it's something you can't describe. Disney vacation will make you feel alive. Everybody, welcome home to your home away from home, where magic never ends, with family and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in somewhere new, a place where all your dreams come true. Together we can grow, let the whole world know where we are is right, right where we belong. The laughter is timeless, imagination, it has no age. Disney memories begin today. Everybody, welcome home to your home away from home, where magic never ends, with family and friends, making memories so strong. We believe in somewhere new, a place where all your dreams come true. Together we can grow, let the whole world know where we are is right, right where we belong, right where we belong, right where we belong. Where we are is right, right where we belong. Disney Vacation Club, it's right where we belong. Disney Vacation Club, it's right where we belong. Disney Vacation Club, it's right where we belong.
Wow. I feel like that's Doobie's
Right where we belong.
Should be tagline, Doobie's anthem.
There's not to love about that.
So there are two things in that video that no longer happen. The Jedi Training Academy, I forgot what the second one was because I was so annoyed at the auto tuning of the Vacation Club. It is truly a 90s song, a Disney 90s song. It is not bad, but it runs long.
Did Becca enjoy it? I would love to know if Becca enjoyed
know.
it. Mike Sadley, please tell me you enjoyed that.
It's very moving. I will say that the line, "A Disney vacation will make you feel alive," is a lot to promise.
That one jumped out at me too, Mike. I'm like, whoa.
You guys pay far too much attention to that.
Sign me up. I don't feel alive.
That's playing in all the hotels now because they're all DVC. So as soon as you walk in, that's your ringtone now.
I like it though.
Did you like it, Rebecca? Are you with me?
Yeah, I mean, I like it as theme park marketing songs go. I like it. But hey, since we're talking about music, before we sign off, I didn't get to say this yet. Man, the montage of music that's in Wondrous Journey is like, and it brought me back to my love of Animazement and how it wove together songs from very different films into a moment in the show that was like show stopping. And there's one of those in Wondrous Journeys as well. That's just like, wow, those songs, they put them together and they're great.
They have the Yodelin song from Home on the Range in there.
Also, I
I
happened
don't want to
upon
spoil anything, Jeremiah.
the Disneyland band. I got a video of them playing It's Wondrous from Wondrous Journeys and the new medley, which is quite good.
Quite good.
That's up on the Laughing Place
Our YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Disney Parks YouTube, you can find Where We Belong. As like I said this morning, there were 3 new songs that debuted over the past week, and clearly Where We Belong is above the 2 from Disneyland.
Disney Vacation Club.
Jeremiah's just remembering when he was 14, and that's how he sang naturally.
And it's time to change.
All right, folks. Thank you for joining us on Disney Parks Talk Live. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with our regular Disney Morning News Show. And tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m., we have Barely Necessities, the Disney Merchandise Show with Rebecca and Becca. 7:30 p.m. Pacific, we have Disney Trivia Live with myself and my son. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you in the future.
Bye.